Welcome to episode number 35 of this Minnesota Twins MLB The Show 20 Custom Franchise Series. And today, I'm obviously playing my Minnesota Twins, MLB The Show 20 Custom Franchise Series. As based on the title, you guys would already know that in this episode, I'm going to be playing Game 5 of the World Series between the Twins and the Nationals. The Twins, as you can see right there, if the light is not really bad right there, it says, well, we're up 3-1, which we are, as I'll show you the calendar right here. Yeah, we're up 3-1, and the Twins are one win away from three-peating. We won the World Series in 2019 and 2020, and we're one win away from winning it all here in 2021. Here in the playoffs, the Twins have almost been perfect. The only blemish is this 5-0 loss to the Nationals in Game 2 of the World Series. Other than that, we've won every single game, except for Game 2 of the World Series. Yeah, we swept the Indians in the ALDS, swept the Indians in the ALDS, swept the A's in the ALCS, and then lost up to the series, which will be 9 in the sky in the top right-hand corner right up here. There should be an icon that pops up at the beginning of the video. But that aside, Game 1, which was the last episode of the series, we won the last episode of the series was Game 1 of the World Series, and we won Game 1 of the World Series 6-0. And then Games 2, 3, and 4 were all off camera, and I just did all that. I just did all 3 of those games. I didn't play the entirety of any of those games. Game 2, I simmed and didn't play at all, and well, it was a mistake to sim the game because we lost 5-0. And then Game 3, I simmed it, but I have critical situations on, so it threw me into a situation where we were up 3-2, bottom of the 9th. Nationals had the timer at third base and nobody out, and we were up 3-2, but the Nationals had a runner at third base and nobody out in the bottom of the 9th. Mom was in for the save, although the time run was 90 feet away. Mom struck out a guy. I intentionally walked Juan Soto, and so then there was runners at the corners and 1 out. So that intentional walk set up the double play. Next guy struck out. So then there was runners at the corners with 2 outs, and the next guy after that struck out as well. So basically, after I hopped in, runner at third and nobody out, strikeout, intentional walk, strikeout, strikeout. Mom got the save. The Twins got the win. As we won Game 3, 3-2, and that gave the Twins a 2-1 series lead. And then Game 4, I'm gonna show you the box score because as you can see up there, if the light is not too bad in this room, we were down 6-1 in this game and came back to win 7-6 in 10 innings. So it doesn't say this because it went 10 innings. The first inning is not there. Like the first, see those ones right there? That's technically the second inning because the game went 10 innings. So the first inning, the Nationals scored 5 runs. I quick managed this game. They scored 5 runs, and then both teams scored 1 run in the second. So then with 6-1 Nationals, Twins got 1 in the third. That made it 6-2. Then they got 4 in the 8th to tie it at 6, and then they got 1 in the 10th to make it 7-6 Twins, and then Mom got the save in the bottom of the 10th, sending the Nationals down 1-2-3. So again, Mom got the save, and again the Twins got the win, and we won Game 4, 7-6 in 10 innings. So now we're up. The Twins are 3-1 in the 2021 World Series. As in 2019, I'm gonna show you actually the GM goals here. It says it right there. The contract status is year 3 of 3, so hopefully I don't get kicked off of this team. I shouldn't, though, especially if I win 3 World Series. Even if I somehow don't win this World Series against Washington, 2 World Series in 3 years are still pretty good. You know what's better, though? 3 World Series in 3 years if we can three-peat. 2019, we went 129-33, won the AL Central, had the best record in the majors, broke the win record, and won the World Series against the Dodgers in Game 7 in 2019. And then in 2020, we went 114-48. Obviously, less wins than 2019, but still 114 wins, which is a lot. We won the division again. We won the World Series again against the Reds, the Cincinnati Reds, in 6 games. That was in 2020. And then 2021, which is this year, at one point we were down, I think it was like 12 games at Cleveland. And that was around the All-Star break. We were about 12 games behind Cleveland. But the Twins, well, yeah, they were about 12 games behind Cleveland, but they were also in a wild card spot. Or at some point, they were about 10, like I said, 10 or 12 games behind Cleveland, but in a wild card spot. But the Twins never gave up. They fought all the way back, and they ended up winning the AL Central. As you can see right here, we won the AL Central by 6 games over Cleveland. We had 105 wins and 57 losses. Indians had 99 wins and 63 losses. So all 3 years here in this franchise, we have 100+ wins, 2 World Series, 3 AL Central Division titles, and obviously, like I said, 2 World Series, and 1 went away from a 3rd World Series. My goodness. As yeah, we won the AL Central and had the best record in at least the AL, and I believe we had the best record in the whole majors. Yeah, we had the best record in the majors all 3 years, and the only thing that's missing is a 3rd World Series. We have 3 division championships, 3 pennants, all 3 years we have the best record in the majors. All 3 years we have 100+ wins. The only thing that's missing is a 3rd World Series, and we're 1 win away from three-peating. Yeah. So starting pitching matchup right now, at least for Game 5, is Jose Urena for the Twins and Patrick Corbin for the Nationals. That could change though. I'm not sure, but yeah, let's get into Game 5, which is in Washington. And remember, the pitchers do bat. There's no universal DH in this game, so the pitchers do bat because the Nationals are the home team and they're an NL team. So the game's at 7:05 Eastern. Twins at Nationals. Let's get into it. Both controllers per usual. The Twins are the red controller and the Nationals are the blue controller. Home uniforms for the Nationals, road uniforms for the Twins. The game will be played at Nationals Park in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital. Holds 41,339. Opened in 2008. Presentation mode broadcast theme style. The show theme quick counts on. Cloud cover clear skies. And well, look, Steven Strasburg. Well, it does say Patrick Corbin was next to start, but if you look, Patrick Corbin is the guy that the red is on right now. You can see his energy's like half full, or in this case, half full, half empty, same thing. Steven Strasburg is the only pitcher, except for these 2 pitchers, Gio Gonzalez and this other guy that I don't want to pronounce. It's hard to pronounce his name, but these 2 76 overall pitchers are 2 starters. They have full energy, but Joe Ross doesn't have full energy. Same thing for Patrick Corbin and Matt Scherzer. But Steven Strasburg does, and because the Nationals are up against elimination, I'm going to start Strasburg, and then for Minnesota, I kind of want to start Babe Ruth, but his energy is about 3/4 right now. Jake Odorizzi is almost full energy. Romero just pitched, I believe, in the previous game, and then Cole Stewart, I think, pitched in the previous game. He has a no record and an 18 ERA. The only pitcher that has full energy for us is Jose Urena, but because we're up 3-1, I'm going to start Urena. I would start Ruth, but I do want to save him for possibly like Game 6. If we do lose Game 5, I'll most likely start Babe Ruth for Game 6. So, yeah. It'll probably be Matt Scherzer and Babe Ruth for Game 6 if the Nationals force a Game 6. So, yeah, it'll be righty versus righty, 94 versus 78. So, it's a big difference in the overall, but obviously it's a difference for the series. We only need to win 1 out of the next 3 games, while the Nationals need to win the Twins need to win 1 out of the next 3 games. The Nationals need to win the next 3 games no matter what. So the pitchers do bat. So both pitchers are batting 9th. Audie Pullman, I don't really want to. And remember, because there's no DH, Babe Ruth Jr. is in right field, and Matthews out of the lineup, and after that I said the pitchers are batting 9th. So yeah, it's Luke, Audie Pullman, Jack Thornton, Starforcer, Babe Ruth Jr. playing right field, remember that. Vinny J, Mr. Tasty, Snakebiter, and then the pitcher, Jose Urena. And obviously in this game, the Nationals have Trey Turner, they have Juan Soto, they have Mike Randall, and Michael Taylor, and some other guys as well. So yeah, let's get into the game. On the play-by-play announcer for this game, and Matt Scherzer is not turned down at all. Let's get into Game 5 of the World Series with the Twins up 3-1. Strasburg's been at 143 in the playoffs, but remember, he's batted before here in the playoffs, while Jose Urena has not, because remember the AL has a DH and the NL the pitcher's bat. We are here at Nationals Park in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital, for Game 5 of the 2021 World Series. And the 2021 World Series features the Minnesota Twins and the Washington Nationals. Hi again, everybody. Vinny J here in Studio 42, aka the Man Cave. Welcome to the World Series here on the show. As it's Game 5 of this best-of-7 World Series, here's the series recap right here. As the Twins won Game 1, the Nationals won Game 2, but then the Twins won Game 3 and 4, both here in Washington, D.C., and the Twins are one win away from winning their third straight World Series. But the series is not over until it's over. Lineups and first pitch coming up next. Here we go. Game 5 of the World Series on the show is right now. Steven Strasburg is on the mound for the Nationals here in Game 5 of the World Series. 5 starts here in the playoffs, 2-1 record, 3.03 ERA. Has pitched 32 and 2/3 innings, 34 hits, 1.22 whip, 6 walks, and 38 strikeouts for Strasburg. He's trying to keep his team alive here in the 2021 World Series. Luke is batting first, or leading off from Minnesota, as we're on your way here in Game 5 of the World Series. Foul ball. Still full count. Quick counts are on. Game time temperature is 45 degrees. So a brisk 45 degrees. And it did say which way the wind was going, but I didn't see that. But it is a brisk 45 degrees at first pitch. Full count to Luke. Ground ball to the other center baseman. Throw to first is in time. 1 down, lead off the ball game. And here's the starting lineup for the Minnesota Twins, looking to win their third straight World Series. Luke, Andy Pullman, Jack Thornton, Star Forcer, Babe Ruth Jr. Remember, he's in right field. There's no DH here tonight. Vinny J, Mr. Casey Snake Biter, and then the pitcher, Jose Urena. Here we go. Trying to win their third straight World Series. Minnesota is here tonight. Here's Andy Pullman. Ground ball. Flat down by the first baseman. Throw to first to the pitcher covering. Beat Andy Pullman to the base. 2 down. He didn't miss anything. Here's Jack Thornton. Here we go. Batting 250 here in the playoffs. 2-1. Hit hard, or not hit hard, ground ball rather. Trey Turner's got a hurry dot, Jack Thornton. 1-2-3 to the Twins. Nationals coming to bat, no score here in Game 5 of the World Series. Jose Urena is on the mound for the Twins here in Game 5. Only 1 start here in the playoffs. That's no decision in that start. 5.40 ERA. Only pitched 3 1/3 innings. 3 hits, 2.40 whip, 5 walks, and 3 strikeouts. So his 1 star, he kind of got rocked a little, or a lot, but got no decision. I'm not sure what game that was in. I think it might have been a game in the ALCS, I'm not sure. But either way, he got no decision in that start, and I think the Twins won the game. Or they must have, because the Twins only have 1 loss here in the postseason, and that was in Game 2 of the series, which Urena was not the starter. Ground ball, center base, 1 down. And here's the starting lineup for the Washington Nationals, led in the force of Game 6, back in Minnesota. Trey Turner, Michael Hermoso, Juan Soto, Yasmani Grandal, Michael Navarre, Eric Morin, Kevin Biggio, Michael Taylor, and then the pitcher, Steven Strasburg. Here we go. If the Nationals win this game, they force a Game 6 back in Minnesota 2 nights from now in this game. That's if the Nationals win this game. If the Twins win this game, the Twins win their third straight World Series. Here we go. Line drive. What a stomp by Vinny J on the slide as he fielded it on a hop and slid to his right. Got him. 2 down. What a play by Vinny J. The all-star first baseman. Here's Soto, who's a all-star outfielder. 3-1 hitters count to Soto, and that's in there. Full count to Soto now. And here are the umpires assigned for Game 5 of the World Series. Behind the play is Dave Lawrence. So Dave Lawrence is one of the best umpires here in the game, but he does have a tendency of divvying a little too much on the outside corner. So keep that in mind. Here we go. Ground ball over Arena and past Lute. Base hit for Soto. The first hit for either team here in Game 5. Here we go. There's a cleanup man, Yasmani Durandal, the catcher. Ground ball, shortstop. Wododa sent him for the force, in and over. And the one, no score here in Washington, D.C. Here we go. No score, top two here in our nation's capital. Here's Star Forcer. Full count. Ground ball right at the third baseman, and I don't know what that was, and everybody's safe. Or not everybody's safe, and that's going to be an E5 on Morin. As that was an error. I did not mean to run to the left like that, by the way. It just... He did that on his own. So, here we go. 3-1 hitters count now. Babe Ruth Jr. Fly ball on the line, and that won't get down in front of Soto. That's the first official hit for Minnesota because it was an E5 and now a single. 2 on, nobody out for Minnesota here in the second. Chance did on the board early here in Game 5. Here's Vinny J. Full count, 2 on, nobody out. Ground ball, that might have been ball 4, but too close to take here. Here we go. 2 on, nobody out for Vinny J. Fly ball right at the right fielder, and the runner at center will stay put. 1 down. So an error, then a single, then a line out or a fly out. Here we go. Now it's Mr. Tasty, the catcher, who has a homer in the playoffs, which was in Game 1 of the series. 1-1. Ground ball. This should be 2. It's only tough to turn, and everybody is safe. As again, the third baseman made a little bit of a blunder. This one's only a base hit, no error. As he went for trying to go to second. Safe at second, safe at first. Bases loaded, 1 out. First Nate Biter with the pitcher spot on deck. Full count. Fly ball out shallow. He might not be able to tag. And he will not tag. Despite having 92 speed, he will stay put. And the bases are loaded with 2 outs now. After the fly out, it was too shallow to tag from third. And now it's Arena, the pitcher, with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Here's the pitcher. 1-1. And Arena will foul 1 and 2 to the pitcher. Lute is on deck, but there's 2 outs and the bases are loaded. And only Arena somehow come through here for Minnesota. Ground ball, first base, and the Twins strain the bases loaded. Middle of 2. It's a 0-0 game here in Game 5. Twins had bases loaded, 1 out, fly out, and then a ground out, and they cannot score. Here's Michael Navarre, and it's Jose Arena. Hit hard, but the shift was on. Jack Thornton is right there to the right of second. 1 down. That was killed. There's Eric Moore, who made that error in the top of the inning, but didn't come back to bite Washington. 3-2. Hit hard, almost hit the pitcher. Arena base hit. Second hit of the game for Washington. 1 on, 1 out for the Nats. Here we go. There's Tim and Biggio. 1-1. Ground ball. This should be 2. It's only tough to turn though. Got him at second and did not get him at first as he beat it out by a half a step. 1 on, 2 out. That was close. And now it's Michael Taylor with Strasburg on deck. Ground ball, chopped into the ground. Vinny J's got it, in and over. We headed to third. No score. Here we go. Top of the order. Here's Lute, 0 for 1. 40th pitch down from Strasburg. Ground ball, foul ball. 1-2 to Lute. That was a hand slider, but it's foul. Lute just missed that. 1-2 again to Lute. Ground ball at the middle, past Turner. Base hit for Lute as Lute wins the battle. 1 on, nobody out for Pullman. Usually Audie Pullman bats, what, 8th, but because there's a no DH in the pitcher's bag, he's batting 2nd. So a big jump in the lineup for Audie Pullman. Line drive foul. 1-2 again. Foul ball again. One, two. And that is low by an eyelash. Might have hit the edge of the zone, but called the ball by Dave Lawrence. 2-2. Ground ball, base hit past Biggio. I believe that's Biggio. 2 on, nobody out for Minnesota as they're threatening again here in the 3rd. And a threat in the 2nd, didn't score. They have a threat in the 3rd. Now it is Jack Thornton, 0 for 1 in the game. 2 on, nobody out. Ground ball, this should be 2. 2nd one. That was a little bit of a rainbow throw to center base, and that's going to be a fielder's choice. Runners in the corners and 1 out for Minnesota. And now it's Starforcer reach on an error in the 2nd, which is in the last inning. Here we go. Runners in the corners and 1 out. 1-2 pitch to Starforcer. Foul ball. All you need is like a sac fly, a fielder's choice, a hit, an error. I've said pass ball or a wild pitch would do it as well. 1-2. Popped up. That won't do it. Grandal's there and he's got it in foul territory. Starforcer fouls out the Grandal, 2 down, and the runners will obviously stay put. And now it's Babe Ruth Jr. Sindel in the 2nd. And now you need a hit basically here to get the runner in from 3rd. Hit hard. That was smacked almost at the 3rd base coach. Foul. The Twins at base loaded at 1 out in the last inning, didn't score. Runners in the corners at 1 out here in this inning and haven't scored it yet. 1-2. The Babe Ruth Jr. ground ball, center base. Flip the center for the 4th, inning over. And the Twins again do not score. Middle of 3, still no score. Here we go. No score. Now it's Strasburg, then the top of the order. He's been at 143 here in the playoffs. Swing and a miss on the fastball, almost center cut, but he blew it right by him. Arena did. Top of the order follow. No score. Game 5, bottom 3. That's a foul ball on the 2-seamer again. One, two. A little jam shot, Vinny J. 3 unassisted ground ball, 1 down. Now it's Trey Turner, as Rainier has a 2-seam fastball, slider, changeup, and a 4-seam fastball. Here we go. There's Turner, 0 for 1, 1-1 pitch. Foul ball at the plate, 1-2. Ground ball, second base, Luke. And still got Turner, only by about a couple of steps because Turner has 94 speed, 2 down. And there's the posting in bracket, as you can see how these teams got to the World Series. And also the question on everyone's mind is, will we have a World Series champion after tonight? That's also the other question. So you did see the posting in bracket, you did see how these teams got to the World Series, and obviously to see if and also the other question, or you can see the playoff bracket, or the postseason bracket, showed everyone how these teams got to the World Series, and it also shows the Twins have 3 wins here in the series, and that means, well, they're one win away from winning the World Series, and the question on everyone's mind is, will we have a World Series champ after tonight? 2-2, the number 2 batter. Ground ball, Rainier. We head to the 4th. Here in Game 5, no score. And we know top 4s were officially in the middle innings of the game. Here's Vinny J. 0 for 1 with a fly out. Full count. Ground ball, center base. 1 down. Now Mr. Casey was singled, and then it's a snake biter, then the pitcher. Swing and a miss, and that was a late swing. That was very late. 1-2. Ground ball. It's deep in the hole. Turner. Throw to first. Got him by a half a step, maybe a full step. 2 down. What a play by Turner. Here's our tops pitch speed comparison. 96 miles per hour for Arania, 95 miles per hour for Strasburg. So these pitchers only have a 1 mile per hour difference 1 mile per hour difference. 1 mile per hour difference between their top pitches. So the top speeds, 96 and 95, which obviously is 1 mile per hour difference. Here we go. 1-2 to Snake Biter. Hit hard, base hit as he hit that hand slider in the right field. 1 on 2 out now for the pitcher. Pitcher spot, obviously no bunting or anything here because there's 2 outs. Reno foul at 1 and 2. The last flip ended right when the pitch was thrown, but you didn't see on the replay. It was a little bit of a jam shot past the diving second baseman, and Arena, an AL pitcher. Yeah, Jose Arena, an American League pitcher, gets a hit off Strasburg. 2 on 2 out now for Lute. After the hit by Arena, line drive, foul ball as it goes off the sidewall. But the Twins did a run here after the Arena hit. Little line drive, right field, and it's almost dropped by the right fielder. That would have scored a run if he dropped it, but he does not. Middle of 4, no score still. Here we go, no score. Bottom 4, here's Soto, 1 for 1 in the game. 40th pitch coming from Arena. 3-1 count to Soto. Ground ball, almost at the umpire. It might have went right through his lead. Second hit of the game for Soto, and 2 at-bats. Here's Grandal. 1-1. Line drive, but caught by Jack Thornton. Thrown to first, not in time. As the runner would get back, but that was a line drive caught by Thornton at short. Here's Navarre. Ground ball, and that would get by Audie Pullman and Audie Pullman and Jack Thornton. 2 on 1 out now for Washington. Now it's Eric Moore, the third baseman. Ground ball, this should be 2, 6, 4, 3, double play, in and over. And the Nationals do not score. And the 4, no score. We're back here in DC. Let's go down on the field to check in with Tanya Watney. Not sure which one's our manager there, if it's the guy right there or the guy right there, I'm not sure. Thank you, Audie, for that report. This is Audie Pullman, number 2 batter. 1-1 pitch, he's 1 for 2 in the game. Fly ball, foul ball, 1 and 2. Usually Audie Pullman, when there's a DH, he's batting 8th, but because there's no DH, he's batting 2nd. 1-2, ground ball, second base. 1 down. Here we go, we're almost halfway through Game 5, still no score. Here in Game 5, full count. Hit hard, and diving it! Or actually, not diving as a right fielder, as it gets down, but it gets by the right fielder, all the way to the warning track, and then all the way to third is the batter. It's a 1-out triple, and the Twins have a runner at third and 1 out. As Jack Thornton, it's a 1-out triple. As it got down and it was in a position where it got by not by the right fielder. He couldn't do anything about it. I think he just took the run he ran up towards it to see it, or trying to catch it, but he should have just went right back and tried to cut it off, or at least just go straight back. And maybe if he did that, it would have been a double, not a triple. But now Forcer's up. Forcer's up. The corners are in. Runner at third and 1 out. Ground ball. That's a base hit. It is by the shortstop Turner. RBI single for Star Forcer, and the Twins strike first in Game 5. This is the first run for either team here in the game. Top 5. It's now 1-0 Twins. It's top 5. It's now 1-0 Twins as the Twins strike first here in Game 5 of the World Series. Here's Babe Ruth Jr. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball. And it's by the third baseman Barron and by Turner. And then what a stretch by the first baseman to keep his foot on the base, 2 down. Runner gets over to second, but that was a great play by Turner, the barehand, and a great play by the first baseman to stretch and keep his foot on the base, 2 down. For Vinny J with a runner at second. 2-2 pitch to the Twins first baseman. Hit hard, base hit, and they're gonna stop. The runner gets stopped, as he would have been toasted if he went about maybe a third of the way down the line and stopped. Runners in the corners, 2 outs now for Mr. Casey. 1-1. Ground ball, knocked down by the third baseman. He's got to hurry, and he got Mr. Casey in and over. But the Twins did a run on an RBI single by Star Forcer. Halfway home here in Game 5, 1-0 Minnesota. Here we go, second half of the game. We're back here in D.C. Let's go on the field again to check in with Honey Watney. And you ready for that report? Here's Biggio. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball, Rainier. Almost hit him in the face, but does not. 1 down quickly here in the 5th. Now it's Michael Taylor, then the pitcher spot. Which, would you pinch it here? I don't think so, because both pitchers are rolling here. Ground ball. Flat down by Lute. He's got to hurry off balance. Got Taylor, 2 down. And now it's the Strasburg. And he grounded out. He's 0 for 1, and it's only the 5th inning, so they are going to let him hit despite being down 1-0, but it is only the 5th inning. Ground ball. I mean, Rainey has a hit, and he's an AL pitcher. Strasburg, right now, he's an NL, or Rainey has a hit, and he's an AL pitcher. Strasburg doesn't have a hit, and he's an NL pitcher. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball, Vinny J, and the inning is over. We head to the 6th, 1-0 Twins. Here we go, top 6. Both starters are still in the game. Here's Snake Biter, then it's Arena. Fly ball, right field, but that will not go anywhere near, or it's near the warning track, but not going to be gone. Caught by the right fielder, 1 down. Now it's a pitcher spot. Arena, who did single in his last at-bat. 95th pitch down from Strasburg. Swing and a miss, 1-2. And they're starting to warm up. Bobby Ramirez in the Nationals bullpen. No, actually in the Twins bullpen. 1-2. Little fly ball. That will get down foul. 1-2. Ground ball. Another foul ball. As Arena making Strasburg work here. 98th pitch now for Strasburg through 5 1/3. Popped up on the infield. And going the wrong way was the first baseman. But he recovers. I did not mean to do that. I thought I was using it on the pitcher, but I wasn't. First baseman makes the catch though, 2 down for Lute. 107th pitch down from Strasburg's. Energy's in the yellow. This could be his last inning. Or last batter possibly. 3-1 hitters count. Ground ball for first base. Past the first baseman. Base hit. And now 1-2 out now for Andy Pullman. And that could be it for Strasburg, and it is. Bobby Ramirez is coming in. Runner at first base is responsible of Strasburg. Is right now in line for the loss. Pitch 5 2/3. Ground ball foul. One run, one earned run, but possibly could be 2 runs, 2 earned runs if the runner at first comes around the score. But Ramirez is trying to keep it at 1-0 here. 1-2. Line drive. That will dip down. Base hit. 2 on, 2 out now for the Twins, and it's going to be Jack Thornton now trying to extend the Minnesota lead. Jack Thornton 1 for 3 with a triple and scored, which was in the last inning he scored. Hit hard, but right at the second baseman, in and over. And the Twins strand a pair of runners. Middle of 6th, still 1-0 Twins here in Game 5. We're back, bottom 6. Twins have 11 hits. Nationals only have 4. 2 by Soto. 3-2 count. Hit hard! Hit far! Perfect back just snake biter on the edge of the track, or really right in front of the warning track, makes the catch. One down as Turner squared it up, but didn't hit it far enough. One down. Only the 60th pitch down for Arania through 5 1/3. Ground ball foul. Arania's been good so far. 1-2. Fly ball, biter again, but this one's much shallower than Turner's. Dead center, 2 down for, I believe, Soto. Soto has 2 of their hits. Now, Arania just mowing them down right now. Soto does have 2 singles and 2 at-bats. He has half of their hits. 1-2. Fly ball, biter again. And all 3 outs here in the 8th are fly outs to the center fielder. Or all 3 outs here in the 6th. All 3 outs here in the 6th are fly outs to the center fielder. And the 6th, 1-0 Twins. Here we go. Top 7 officially in the bat third of the game. No action in either bullpen. And here's Star Forcer. 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Ground ball. And it's a fair ball off the base, I believe. Throw to first is not in time. That was a weird looking play. It hit the base, I believe. Diamond was the third baseman. And it's only a base hit. I believe it hit the... Diamond was the third baseman. And it hit the third baseman and or third base. And here's Babe Ruth Jr. after the infield single by Star Forcer. Ground ball. This one's foul. Here we go. Energy of Ramirez is in the yellow here. Fly ball on the line, and that will tail foul, and it almost hit the ball boy that just stood there, and it missed him by maybe a foot. They're starting to warm up Kyle Bertlaw now in the Washington bullpen. No action in the Twin bullpen still. Here in the 7th. 1-2. Ground ball. This should be 2. Glove flip for 1. Return throw to first. Got him. The glove flip by Turner. And then to the center baseman and through to the first baseman for the double play. 6-4-3 double play. That was a good glove toss by Turner. 2 down for Vinny J. 1 for 3 in the game. Ground ball past the first baseman. Vinny J's 2 for 4, and the Twins are still piling up the hits here, but they're only up 1-0. I mean, yeah, they have all these hits. I think they have like 12 or 13, but only 1 run. But they're still winning. Full count, foul ball. And they only have 1 run. Here we go. Full count, 2 outs. Runner at first will be in motion. Ground ball, charging is Turner. He's got to hurry. Got him. 7th inning stretch time here at the ballpark. 1-0 Twins. Bottom 7. Twins have 13 hits. National only have 4. But it's only 1-0 Twins. Here's Grandal. Hit hard, but right into the shift. And throw to first. Got the 11-speeded Grandal. 1 down. And the Twins are 8 outs away from 3-peating. But one swing of the bat could tie the game. Here's Navarre. He has 1 of their 4 hits. Ground ball, and the Nationals do not. Oh, it's not pitched by Vinny J. That throw was way offline. And I believe that's going to be an error, and it will be E6. You didn't miss anything. The only thing you didn't miss anything as you saw in the last clip. You saw Jack Thornton make the throw. I think it was from like the hole. Pretty sure I was throwing something like that. I said to let my dogs out, so no. Not the short. Oh yeah, the shift was on. Okay. So the shift was on. He did a Jeter jump throw, and then it was it was a low throw. It wasn't pitched by Vinny J, but they did charge the error on that. They would charge it to the shortstop. So it's an E6. I have Knebel warming up in the Minnesota bullpen. Reyna's energies in the yellow. I'll leave him out there though. Here's Morin. Full count with a runner at first. And 1 out. And the runner at first is in motion. That's a hit and run base hit. And going to third is the runner at first. And he is safe. And the tying run is 90 feet away. Runners at the corners, 1 out for Kevin Biggio. And they're done a Bryn and Knebel. The runners at the on base are responsible of the previous pitcher. Right now, the line for the win. He possibly could get the loss, or did the no decision. He could possibly did the win, the loss, or the no decision. Runners in the corners, a 1 out for Kevin Biggio against Corey Knebel. Line drive, base hit. As they got by R.D. Pullman, throw to second, got him at second base. But the run does score as the runners were backed up because it was a line drive that got by R.D. Pullman. The runner at third does score, but the runner at first is forced out at second base. The batter is safe at first. But the runner is safe at first. The runner that was on first was forced out at second, and the runner at third does score. So it's a 1-1 game. That run is charged to Arena, and he can't. And now Arena will get the no decision because obviously the other runner that was the responsibility of him is now out. So here, both stars will now get the no decision no matter who wins the game. Here's Taylor. A little tapper, charging, it's a loot, throwing to first, got him. But the Nationals do score a run on officially the Nationals score a run on a fielder's choice. And the 7, it's a 1-1 game now. Oh, that 1-1 game, and here comes Kyle Bertlaw. Top 8 here in Game 5, tied at 1. After that run by the Nationals in the bottom of the 7th, untendedly a fielder's choice because the runner at first was forced out at second. Ground ball, past Bertlaw, flagged down by the second baseman, but way too late and thrown into the ground. Infield single. I assume they'll call that a single. They might call that an error. And I think they're probably going to call that a hit. And now it's a pitcher spot. So Canavo will be out of this game. Who do I bring in? I'm going to bring in Matthew. Here we go. He's pinch hitting for the pitchers, and I gotta start warming someone up in the bullpen. I'll start warming up. Oh man, 2 pitchers, Hildenberger and Fry, have like no energy. Just warm up Chad Jones here. Here we go. Oh no, well, actually, correct. I want to do something else too. I want to also start warming up our closer, because I still might bring him in. Or her in the 9th, or in the, no, it's the 8th inning, I forgot, but I'll still warm up her closer as well. Here we go. 1-1. Ground ball, this could be 2. Second 1, first double play with Bertlaw covering. And the pinch hitter grounds into a 3-6-1 double play, 2 down. As that was the worst thing he could have done, 2 down now for the top of the order. 1-1. Foul ball, 1-2. Hit hard, almost hit Bertlaw in the head. Base hit, 1-2 out now for R.D. Pullman, and that's the go-ahead run at first base, who has 90 speed. It's a full count too, so he'll be in motion. So a ball down the line on the gap could give the Twins the lead. And that's a ground ball right to the center baseman. And the inning is over. Middle of 8. It's a 1-1 game here in D.C. And I'm bringing Chad Jones here to replace, well, there's a position player on the mound. And now the pitcher spot's up first for Washington. And I'm bringing Matt Adams to pinch hit for the pitcher. So I'll start warming up. That's the one done. Start warming up Trevor Rosenthal here in the Rosenthal is starting to warm up in the Washington bullpen. Here's Adams against Jones. Fly ball, that's hit well, but it won't be gone. Biter will run it down. 1 down. And that wasn't going to be gone, but it was a long run because the shift was on for Adams. 1 down now for Trey Turner. It's 0 for 3. Chad Jones does have 5 pitches. Foul ball. And the Twins got 1 in the 4th. Nationals got 1 in the 7th. That's all the offense so far. Bottom 8, 1-1. Hit hard, base hit. First to the inning for Turner, and he can fly. He has 94 speed, and he's going to stop at second, but he's the go-ahead run here in Game 5. Here's the number 2 batter, I believe the right fielder. Go-ahead run at center base. 1 out. Soto's on deck. Ground ball, runner will advance. Throw to first, got him. Runner at third, 2 outs now for, I believe, Juan Soto. who in this game, yes, is still on the Nationals. And it is Soto, who has 2 hits. Go ahead, run 90 feet away, but a couple bases are open here. 1-2. Fly ball, that one's killed! That ball is gonna get out of here! And the Nationals have the lead. Into the Twins bullpen, Soto comes through, and the Nationals are up 3-1 here in the 8th. As he just completely tattooed that ball thrown by Chad Jones into the Twins bullpen, and it's 3-1 Washington. And now the Nationals are 3 outs away from forcing a game 6. And the Twins manager's in disbelief as they had 2 bases open with a 1-2 pitch, and he surprising they. I mean, the 1-2 pitch, yes, but that was I don't know why I threw it right there. As he was late, not late enough though, as he hit an Oppo Taco into the Twins bullpen. 3-1 Washington. And there's some. I'm gonna do that. Starting the warm-up, Sean Doolittle, and then Rosenthal is ready and waiting. And they're starting to warm up their closer, Sean Doolittle. Jones is still in the game. Here's Grandal. 1-1 pitch. Foul ball 1-2. Twins are now down to their final 3 outs. And the Nationals are 3 outs away from forcing a game 6 back in Minnesota. Fly ball center field, playable for Snakebiter, and the inning is over. But the Nationals get 2 runs on a 2-run home run by Juan Soto. We head to the 9th, last call from Minnesota, down 3-1. Nationals got 1 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th, and they're up by 2 here in the 9th, and they're going to bring in their closer, Sean Doolittle, to try to shut the door and force a game 6. Here we go. Trying to finish it off. 3-4-5 due up for Minnesota. 1-1. Ground ball, center base. Throw to first, and there's quickly one down the top of the 9th. Twins had their chances. They got 1 run, but they had a couple other chances. They did at least a couple more. Here's Star Forcer. Then it's Babe Ruth Jr. It's 2 for 4. Ground ball, almost identical as the first one. And the Nationals are 1 out away from forcing a game 6. Last chance for the Twins is Babe Ruth Jr. Nationals 1 out away from forcing a game 6. Fly ball left field. This should do it. The left fielder's got it. That's Soto. And Soto makes the final, or catches the final out. Soto catches the final out. And we will see you for game 6. This is the last home game of the year for Washington. It's the next 2 games if the series does go to a game 7. Game 6 and game 7, if there is one, are both in Minnesota, or in Minneapolis, or in Minnesota. This is the last home game of the year for Washington, and they win their last home game of the year, but they're still down 3-2 here in the World Series. Twins can't close it out here in game 5 in DC, but they have 2 more chances to do so. Or that the Twins have 2 more chances to close out the World Series. Both of those chances will be in Minnesota at home, or at home in Minnesota. Yeah, Twins had 15 hits. Nationals only had 7, but the Nationals had 3 runs. Twins only had 1, which they got in the 5th actually, not the 4th. Twins got 1 in the 5th. Nationals got 1 in the 7th and 2 in the 8th. They win the game 3-1. And they've cut the Twin series lead to 3-2, and this series is going back to Minnesota for a game 6. Juan Soto, with that go-ahead 2-run home run in the bottom of the 8th, is the top player of the game for game 5. Soto is a hero for the Nationals here in game 5, and we'll see you in game 6. And we'll see you in game 6 back in Minnesota. Game 6, 2 nights from now in this game, back in Minnesota. As Kyle Berthelot gets the win, Chad Jones gets the loss, and Sean Doolittle gets the save, his 4th save of the postseason. As Berthelot's now 1-1, Jones is now 0-1, and then Doolittle gets his 4th save of the postseason. Soto 3 for 4 with 2 singles, a home run, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. Turner 1 for 4 with a double and a run scored. Navarre 1 for 3 with a run scored. Turner scored the second run for Washington. Soto scored the third, and Navarro scored the first in the seventh. Twins got one in the fifth. Nationals got one in the seventh, and two in the eighth to win the game 3-1. 1 run on 15 hits, 1 error for the Twins. 3 runs and 7 hits, 1 error for the Nationals. Twins out-hit the Nationals, but still lose 3-1. But they still have 2 more chances to win the World Series. Game 6 is in Minnesota, and then Game 7, if there is one, is also in Minnesota. Obviously, both those games, or at least both of those games, depends if we get to a Game 7, which hopefully we don't. Game 6 will be at the Metrodome, and Game 7, if there is one, will also be at the Metrodome as well. Jack Thornton 1 for 5 with a triple and scored the only run for Minnesota. Starforcer drove in the only run for Minnesota in the fifth. And then the Nationals scored, like I said, 1 in the seventh and 2 in the eighth to win the game 3-1. And really they tied the game because there was that error by Minnesota, and then obviously the hit and run that got the runner over to third, and then the fielder's choice that scored the run. It was on a hit to the outfield, or really it wasn't. The Nationals tied the game in the seventh at 1 on technically a fielder's choice because there was a line drive to the outfield. They got down, but the runners had to make sure it got down, so the throw came into the infield, and they got the force at second base. But the runner at third still scored. And then obviously Soto had that 2-run home run in the bottom of the eighth. But it is what it is. It's not like we lost the series or anything. We're still at 3-2, so Twins still have 2 more chances, both at home, to win the World Series. And the next episode of the series will be Game 6 of the World Series at the Metrodome in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And that's where Game 6 will be. We'll be at the Metrodome in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And like I said, the next episode of the series will be Game 6 of the World Series. So yeah, I'm not sure when Game 6, next episode of the series, which will be Game 6 of the World Series, might be after Christmas, maybe. It might be before Christmas, I'm not sure. TBD. It will be before Christmas or after Christmas, obviously. It will be one or the other. I'm not sure which one, though. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video despite me losing, but it is what it is. I still hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, guys, time for it. Closing the board if it's episode. Okay, guys, time for it. Closing. No board if it's episode. The like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Tell your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunts. Tell your mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And you know what? I'm gonna see you in episode number 36 of this Minnesota Twins MLB The Show 20 Custom Franchise Series. See you in episode number 36. And eat a lot of bacon and go Twins. And I'll see you in Game 6.